On what should have been a calm Sunday evening, the University of South Carolina's Columbia campus was bathed in the soft glow of sunset. The walkways were mostly empty, with only a few students lingering after a long weekend, enjoying the last moments of peace before the busy week ahead. The air was filled with a sense of routine and comfort as students prepared for another week of classes, assignments, and campus life. But that tranquility was suddenly shattered. Without warning, fear swept across the campus. Students who had been chatting with friends or heading back to their dorms were now gripped by anxiety, their faces reflecting confusion and concern. The distant sound of sirens grew louder, signaling that something was terribly wrong. It was August 24th, 2025, a date that began like any other, with students scattered across the grounds, some studying outside the Thomas Cooper Library, others walking with backpacks, lost in thought. Many were focused on their studies, unaware that their evening was about to take a dramatic turn. Suddenly, reports of a potential threat near the Thomas Cooper Library began to circulate. The familiar sight of police cars and flashing lights outside the library sent a wave of panic through the campus. The sense of security that students had always felt was instantly replaced by uncertainty and fear. The library, usually a hub of student life and late-night study sessions, became the epicenter of concern. Whispers of an active shooter spread rapidly, carried by word of mouth and frantic messages. Students gathered nervously outside, unsure of what was happening, while campus security moved quickly to secure the area. Inside administrative offices, university leaders sprang into action. Emergency protocols were activated, and every second felt critical. The administration knew that their response could mean the difference between chaos and order, and they coordinated closely with law enforcement to assess the situation and protect students and staff. The timing of the incident, just after 6:30 p.m., meant that the campus was still alive with activity. Many students were still out and about, walking in groups, heading to dinner, or finishing up their day. The sudden shift from normalcy to emergency was jarring, leaving everyone on edge. Within moments, official emergency alerts began to appear on students' phones. The messages were clear and urgent, warning of a serious, credible danger near the library. The peaceful evening was instantly transformed into one of high alert, as students and faculty scrambled to find safe places and check on friends and loved ones. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the campus community braced for the unknown. Fear and uncertainty took hold, uniting students, faculty, and staff in a shared sense of vulnerability. In those tense moments, the true strength of the community would be tested, as everyone waited anxiously for answers and hoped for safety. The university's emergency alert system activated immediately after the report. Within seconds, the entire campus community was notified of the potential danger. The system, designed for rapid communication, ensured that everyone was aware of the situation almost instantly. Phones buzzed with a message no one wanted: potential active shooter near the Thomas Cooper Library. The alert was clear and direct, leaving no room for misunderstanding. Students and faculty alike felt a chill as they read the words, realizing the gravity of the situation. The alert instructed everyone to run, hide, or fight, evacuate if possible, or shelter and barricade if not. These instructions, though simple, were crucial for survival. The university had drilled these procedures, but no one ever expected to use them in a real scenario. The campus went into lockdown, and the usual sounds of student life were replaced by tense silence and distant sirens. The once bustling walkways and quads were now eerily empty, as everyone sought safety indoors. Students rushed to safety, locking doors and silencing phones. The fear was palpable, but so was the determination to stay safe. In classrooms and dorms, students huddled together, whispering reassurances to one another. The community, united by the urgent warning, understood the gravity of the situation. Friends and strangers alike offered comfort and support, creating a sense of solidarity amidst the fear. The shared experience brought everyone closer, even in such dire circumstances. The alert system's speed and clarity were crucial, reaching thousands in moments. The university's IT staff worked tirelessly to ensure the system functioned flawlessly, monitoring the situation in real time and sending updates as needed. While frightening, the message empowered people to act decisively. Students and staff quickly formulated plans, discussing the best course of action and moving with purpose. The training they had received was now being put to the test. The stage was set for law enforcement's response and a tense wait for answers. Police cars arrived swiftly, and officers took positions around the campus, ready to respond to any threat. Inside, students and staff waited anxiously, hoping for a swift resolution to the crisis. As the campus locked down, social media exploded with rumors and fear. Students turned to platforms like X and TikTok, but unverified posts quickly fueled anxiety. A video circulated showing someone near campus with a long, dark object. Many assumed it was a rifle. The clip, shared widely, seemed to confirm the worst, intensifying panic. In high-stress moments, ambiguous images become evidence, and fear spreads faster than facts. Official updates struggled to keep pace with viral misinformation. The video became a symbol of the night's terror, even as its truth remained unclear. The challenge of managing rumors in a crisis became painfully clear. Law enforcement responded with urgency and precision. University and city police swarmed the area, establishing a perimeter around the library. Officers in tactical gear began a room-by-room search, treating every space as potentially dangerous. Simultaneously, investigators reviewed security footage and monitored social media, focusing on the viral video. Identifying the person in the video became a top priority. The heavy police presence was both reassuring and unnerving for students sheltering in place. The methodical search and digital investigation worked in tandem to resolve the crisis. Only a thorough response could restore safety and end the fear-gripping campus. The investigation revealed the truth behind the panic. Police identified the individual in the viral video. He was carrying a large black umbrella, not a rifle. Deputy Chief Scott Prill publicly clarified the misunderstanding, dispelling the rumors. No evidence of a shooting, weapon, or victims was found after a meticulous search. The entire incident was a false alarm, driven by a misinterpreted image. Relief swept the campus, but the fear had been real. The episode highlighted how quickly perception can spiral into crisis. Social media's power to amplify misunderstandings was on full display. The resolution allowed the process of healing and returning to normalcy to begin. After 90 tense minutes, the university sent the message everyone hoped for: all clear. Law enforcement confirmed there was no threat, and the lockdown was lifted. Students and staff emerged from hiding, reconnecting with loved ones and breathing sighs of relief. The campus slowly returned to life, the weight of fear replaced by gratitude. University officials reassured the community: no shooting, no injuries. The clear communication helped calm nerves and restore order. Though the emergency ended, its emotional impact lingered. The all clear was a powerful reminder of both vulnerability and resilience. Even after the all clear, the Thomas Cooper Library stayed closed for the night. The decision allowed for a careful transition back to normalcy and ensured the area was fully secure. Students could retrieve belongings the next day in a calmer environment. The closure acknowledged the emotional toll of the evening. The university prioritized well-being over a rushed reopening. Recovery, both physical and emotional, was treated with care. The scare at South Carolina echoed a similar false alarm at Villanova University just a week earlier. There, reports of a shooter during an orientation mass triggered a campus-wide lockdown. Both incidents ended with no real threat, but not before hours of fear and disruption. The parallels highlighted a shared anxiety on campuses nationwide. Misunderstandings sparked full-scale emergency responses at both schools. Universities must react as if every threat is real, even when it's not. These back-to-back incidents underscored the climate of vigilance and fear. The fear of campus violence remains a constant presence for students today. The University of South Carolina's recent false alarm served as a powerful reminder of just how crucial campus safety is for everyone involved. In a matter of moments, what began as a routine day was transformed into a real-time test of the university's emergency response systems. The incident, though ultimately a false alarm, underscored the unpredictable nature of threats and the need for constant vigilance. Emergency protocols were put to the test and proved their worth. Alerts were sent out rapidly, clear instructions were communicated, and law enforcement agencies worked seamlessly together. The coordinated response demonstrated the importance of having well-rehearsed plans and the ability to act quickly under pressure. Every second counted, and the university's preparedness made a real difference in keeping everyone calm and informed. Even when the threat turns out to be unfounded, every alarm must be treated with the utmost seriousness. The cost of underreacting or assuming it's just a drill is simply too high. Students and staff responded with urgency, following evacuation procedures and listening closely to instructions. Their actions showed that a community's safety depends on everyone playing their part, no matter how inconvenient or frightening the situation may be. In today's digital age, the way information spreads can either help or hinder emergency response. The campus community's cooperation was vital, not just in following directions, but in sharing only verified updates. Digital literacy became a key factor, as students and staff checked official sources before passing along news. This helped prevent panic and ensured that everyone had access to accurate, timely information. The incident reinforced the ongoing need for robust safety plans and responsible communication. It prompted university leaders to review and update emergency procedures, hold additional training sessions, and encourage open dialogue about safety concerns. These proactive steps are essential for building a culture of preparedness and trust on campus. For students, parents, and faculty alike, campus safety is not just a policy, it's a promise. It's the foundation that allows learning, growth, and community to flourish. Parents want to know their children are protected, students want to feel secure as they pursue their dreams, and faculty need to trust that their workplace is safe. That's why these systems and protocols must always be ready, maintained, and regularly tested, even if we hope they're never needed. From emergency equipment to communication channels, every detail matters. The peace of mind that comes from knowing the campus is prepared is invaluable. The experience was a drill no one wanted, but it ultimately strengthened the university's resolve and preparedness. Debriefings and reviews followed, with officials and students alike reflecting on what went well and what could be improved. Each lesson learned brings the campus one step closer to being ready for any challenge. In the end, protecting the campus community remains the ultimate goal. Whether the threat is real or just a shadow, the commitment to safety unites everyone. It's a shared responsibility and a promise that must never waver.